Hey, man.
What's going on? Hey, good evening.
Good. I mean, what a nice day it's been. I'm joking. It's
I actually
raining.
haven't seen you in a while.
It's true.
What happened? Wait,
A lot.
so we had a...
Welcome back to Double Dads.
Welcome back to Double Dads.
Where we talk about our lives.
What's our last video? It's been a while.
It was a week, two weeks ago. We'll upload this 2 weeks after the last podcast upload.
Why does it feel so much longer? I think
because
we're
been busy.
Freaking busy.
Dog.
Freaking busy.
Welcome back to Double Dads. A little shorter this time because we split up the categories a bit. We're gonna have a gaming video with gaming news, gaming chat. We're gonna have a movie video with movie reviews, entertainment. We're gonna have a
sorry.
I'm trying to run a podcast here.
Just drinking like an ape.
We're gonna your life depends on this V8 energy right now, or you're going to die without this.
Yes.
Anyways, we're kind of splitting it up. We're gonna have not random. We're gonna have unique uploads for each kind of segment. Kind of split things apart, so it's not like because we have like the Venn diagram of the stuff we're interested in crosses at like gaming, movies, and like tech, and sometimes these other random things because we both have like families and kids.
Yeah.
And so
we're like very different people, but there's like several specific things that cross that we are both
specific
like
things.
We are both like hardcore enthusiasts about.
Yeah. You're stinking passionate about Halo, but nothing else. Like
Halo and zombies and Severance.
Yeah. So anyways, this is a format we're trying. This is part of the stuff I want to talk about. It's like update on the channel podcast. This is like I want the Double Dads set part of this to be like the behind the scenes and here's our life stories, here's what's going on with like what we're doing with the channel and outside of the channel.
Oh my gosh, you got merch.
And we've got merch.
We got merch on the channel. Check the link on our
hit the link in
page.
the description or on the channel about page.
Dude, I can't believe that. That's awesome.
Our Teespring site with 2 mugs on it. Get your very own Double Dads double microphone podcast mug, or the hot new retro logo I made inspired by the Apple II, whatever. I don't even know if that's the right one. The compact, the Commodore 64. No, I don't know. It's retro. it's for some reason I wasn't trying, and we kind of settled in on this kind of retro look, and I really like it. I really like it. So through that design up there too. Pick up a mug if you care.
We need shirts next.
Yes, I'm working on some designs.
Black and white.
I'm workshopping some kind of sick designs. Right. We'll talk about those later.
All right. I'm excited.
Jimmy is working on some video ideas according to our Google Docs.com.
Oh, video ideas. So I got 2 in the works right now. It's going slow because I don't have a PC to edit videos. I have an iPad, which can run DaVinci, but it's very jank and very it's not worth it.
I hate editing on a touch screen, dude.
This is what I'm doing right now. I'm gathering tons of footage.
Perfect.
I will build my PC, probably make a video out of that.
Heck yeah, dude. Let's go.
I have you over because you know what you're doing and I don't.
Computer science
You can make a video out of that. Once I get my PC built, I can actually edit all this footage I have into several videos, which I'm super excited about.
Sick. I'm excited too. So excited to see this.
Yeah. I have some ideas too, which do we want to talk about our ideas or just talk about it after the show? After the show. Okay.
Well, no. Like that's enough.
Tease it.
Something's coming. Something brewing.
What?
And we'll share more.
Something's cooking. Easter egg.
Is that supposed to be cool? Is that supposed to be cool or something?
No, it's a hint to what's coming.
Cooking?
Something's cooking. You don't know yet. I'll talk to you about it later.
Am I gonna bake? Am I baking?
Yeah.
Am I gonna?
We're both gonna bake.
Never mind. Fuck. Did you make his new things? Did I put this on there?
Sorry. That's something I wrote in.
Oh, you put that.
I have been trying to teach Ethan new things. So
tell me.
I've been like, over the past like couple years, I've been like exploring and like trying to watch and see when my son is old enough to like learn certain things.
Got it.
So if you remember in a previous episode, I talked about I woke up to them making me coffee.
Oh yeah.
And it got me thinking, like, you know what? He's learning to do these things on his own. So I want to make sure I'm like teaching him things. I think he's a teachable age now.
Good.
So a couple things I've been teaching him is how to change oil.
Oh, nice.
So what I'll do is I'll go to my parents, get the car up on the whatever, the little ramps, and then have him lay under the car with me.
Okay.
And I'll tell him everything I'm doing. And then I think, so I've done it a couple times with him. And what I'm doing now is I'll ask him what I should do next before I do it. And he'll tell me, do we unscrew that bolt, Dad? Yes.
Nice.
Yes,
Dude,
that's
that's
good.
awesome.
So we got that going.
It's so wholesome, dude. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's super fun. It's like boys, especially to like us as fathers, like we're their idols. Like we're the coolest people to them, which is pretty awesome.
It is true.
They just want to be like us, you know?
I'm already seeing that with my 6-month-old.
Yeah.
Like anything I'm doing, he wants it.
Mm-hmm.
If I've got something, he wants that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
They say there's like 3 stages of like that a child goes through. They go like through, the first stage is you're like their idol.
Okay.
And then the second stage is like when they hit their teens, they like hate you. They like idolize you.
Yep.
Then they hate you. And then once they mature, they respect you.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
So that's like the 3 stages that like a child goes through.
That checks out. I feel
I'm
like
hoping I can just
avoid
idolize to respect and like skip the hate you part.
Yeah. Well, okay. I wonder if that's because I'm just thinking of my own life because I feel like I've traveled those stages too.
I
Like,
have to.
And I feel like I'm not saying this is for everybody, but I feel like most of the time, and this is the true with me, when I became a teenager, I started to really test things around me. Like, you know, do mom and dad actually not want me to play video games? I'm just going to disobey and see what happens. You know, it's just like, screw around and find out what happens.
The more you F around, the more you find out.
Yeah, exactly. That was like the stage, like 13, 14. And I don't know. So I am constantly thinking about that. Like when it comes to my turn, like to be tested like that, how am I going to respond? Because my dad is a great dad, and like everyone who gets pushed, like deals with it in different ways, and I want to make sure that I do it, like I respond to that in a way that helps my son specifically.
Yeah.
And when we have more kids, like each of them individually are going to need like a different thing from me.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's like that's a tough thing for me to think about. Is like, I have to study my kids because each one is different. And like the way I respond and teach them is going to like vary slightly, you know?
Yep.
Which is just going to be, I don't know. I think it's going to be hard. It'll be fun.
It'll be hard.
But
it's probably going to take a lot of brain power to like figure it out. It's going to be a lot of like thinking. So,
right now it's pretty easy because it's like boy, girl. But then it's going to eventually be like boy, boy or girl, girl. And I'm going to have to like differentiate between those two, you know?
It's probably pretty easy if you've got one boy, one girl.
Yeah.
And like they have their own ways of going about things that are typical, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, and there's a lot of things that were really good that my dad did that I want to take and like make that part of how I teach my son, like carry the legacy and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's the kind of thing where it's like, I'm looking for little ways that's happening now when Liam's 6 months old, you know?
Yep.
Like just earlier today, he was just being really fussy. Like I think daylight savings kind of messed with his clock, his internal clock. Because suddenly like 6 o'clock and he's like just cranky. Usually he goes to bed at like 7:30.
Yeah.
And he was like that hour difference. I don't know, like he didn't really recover from that very well. And so he's like just really fussy. And I'm like, I checked his diaper, he's clean, and he'd been fed, and he had all of his toys and books, and like it was a comfortable temperature. Like it wasn't like there was nothing wrong. And he's just like, and so I just like took him with me, sat him down on the couch next to me, got him comfy, brought all of his books and stuff. And I'm just like, let's just sit here nicely and I'll read this book to you. And we just need to get through the next hour till you go to bed. And like, he's only 6 months old, but I'm starting to like, I need to adapt a little bit. Like, I can't just go like put him down to bed now because then he'll be cranky or he won't go to sleep or just be crying in there. Like I need to keep him engaged in a different way than I used to.
It's more, he's like starting to need like attention instead of just like survival.
Yeah. Yep.
You know,
it's
instead
it's
of getting him through,
morphing.
he needs like social fatherly attention.
That's okay. Yep. I'm glad you said that because that's exactly what I was trying to like form that word in my mind. Was it's going from like you're being taken care of, like your physical needs are met. Now he has like social needs.
Yeah.
And he needs to like have some one-on-one time.
Yeah.
Or do something fun. Like so like, and that's, I really am enjoying that because it's really fun. Because now I'm like, yes, I get to take him to do fun stuff. So we went hunting. So last weekend was deer hunting opener. And we went up to in-laws, and we had a super funny moment where me and Liam went with Uncle Noah in his truck off-road into the woods to go pick up a deer he'd shot. And he's like, hey, bring the kid, and he can like, experience the outdoors and stuff. He's really excited for him to come with. I'm like, perfect. So I grab Liam sitting in. So first of all, we hop in this giant truck, and he's already like
super happy.
Yes. And then we take off like into the woods, like we're like going on bumps and like going through the field, and he was like, oh, like Liam just loved it. He was just drinking it up. And then we got to this like the spot where his deer was, and he sees his uncle jump out of the truck and like trudge off into the woods, and he was like watching, and, like pressed up against the glass, like
yeah.
and then Noah comes back. Yeah, it did exactly. And I'm just laughing the whole time. And then he comes back like dragging a deer, and like pulls this deer like up into the truck bed, and Liam was just like in his glory. It was so stinking funny.
Dude.
So like in my mind, I was like, he is starting to like see things and want to be a big boy, and like I can see his brain has gone from like I can now control my limbs. Like that was like the stage I was excited about. I have like month 3. He's like, I can finally close my hands.
Yeah.
And now he's like, I like trucks. Like that was the leap.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
You know what's insane is like we've only had motor vehicles for like 120 years.
True.
But it's like ingrained in every boy's DNA to love motors and motorized vehicles.
Yep.
Heavy machines. It's like part of their DNA. You don't have to teach them. And it's like, was this like part of human nature? Like, did God know that in however many years there was going to be these machines? So I'm going to put like this dopamine hit for like little boys right away, that they get this huge hit off.
I feel like it's just, I wonder if it's just a new version of the same thing. Like 1,000 years ago, but they're like, dang, look at that Clydesdale. Like, and or like, look at that spear. It's, I don't know. Like,
never mind.
before we had like power tools and engines, I wonder if it's like, I don't know, like guys are just geared towards
it was a
cool things like that.
Yeah. A smelting shop. Forge shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that double-edged sword, that blade, like
hammer hitting molten steel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a reaction out of that. I'm like, yes.
Dude.
I feel like I could be a blacksmith if I really tried.
If you just watch enough episodes of Forged in Fire, you could make your own sword too.
Anyways, that was my fun story from the week. Is we went and had an unsuccessful week of hunting where we didn't see a deer, but we're gonna try again, I think.
Are you going out this weekend again?
I think so. I kind of want to, but it's also a long drive.
It is,
and that would be 2 weekends in a row without like any sleep.
Yeah,
it's a little rough.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah. What else you got?
Oh man. Sarah has been starting Ethan on preschool.
Ooh.
And he is doing so good.
Nice.
He's learning like every couple days he learns a new letter. So I think he's up to like E now.
Nice.
And he knows E is for Ethan now, and
association.
He'll be like, I'll be saying like, Sarah, let's make some coffee or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he'll be like, coffee, coffee, C,
nice. Dude, he's hitting those phonics,
C for
dude.
coffee. Yeah.
Nice.
And it was so funny. We're right before we left here, Sarah did like a little whale tail to me or whatever. And Ethan's like, but is for but. And I was like, it was the funniest thing ever. I'm like, yes, good son. You are smart and learning. And dude,
just please not in public.
Yeah. Can't wait till we get to pee. It's so much fun.
I'm looking forward to that stage.
Yeah.
I had a fun moment this week. Okay, speaking of kids and stages, sorry, did you have any more on that? I'm not gonna hijack your story.
Go ahead. No, you're good.
I'm like, this is all stuff that like I'm sure you've been through, but it's like I'm like unlocking like new dad moments. I feel like there's moments in my life where I like something clicks in my head about being a dad, and I feel like an achievement went off like in my brain.
Right.
So I went to Walmart to get something boring, like salt or something. We were out of milk. I don't remember what it was. Go to Walmart. I walk in there, and I'm like, oh, I should buy a toy for Liam,
dude.
And it's like a thought I've never had before because now he's old enough to like he wants toys and wants to play with toys. So I'm like, I'm going to the toy section and like run over there and I'm like Legos and Transformers and I was like, this is the best.
Yeah,
this is the best. It's like me and like another 6-year-old. We're both like looking at Optimus Prime. You know, like
you're like,
oh, I'm like, dude, mine. Fully articulating. Yeah, I just grab it and just trample him. No.
You can't have that.
It's mine. Anyways, so that was really fun because I'd like never had that thought. I never shopped for like.
I remember that first experience too of like, oh my goodness, I can go into the kids section and like buy a toy.
Yeah.
And like, no one's going to look at me weird because an adult is in a kids section.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
I can walk down the Lego aisle and people aren't going to be like, huh?
I have a kid. I can explain.
Yeah. But
I also really like Legos.
I do really like Legos.
It's for my son. Yeah. That's a full-size Razor Crest. It's for my son.
Yeah, that's for 21-year-olds and up.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's fun. It's a fun thing. So anyways, and then I remember that he's only 6 months old, and I'm like, I'm coming back for you, Optimus. And I went to the like toddler section and bought like a ball that like shakes and plays fun songs and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's been fun. So kids, man.
It's fun. It's like every year there's like these like missions. And it's like you unlock these new missions and it's like this whole new or like almost like a new map, you know. You unlock this new part of the map and it's like this whole...
We're totally like gamifying our dadhood here.
It's like whole new experience with your kids and like...
Getting that DLC drop at year 1.
Dude, yeah. Season 1?
Yeah,
Season 2?
Oh, man.
Anyway. One of the funnest things is like, especially with your first kid, I don't really notice it so much with my second, but my first, like this was very prominent, was like, I realized... everything they see is like the very first time they've ever seen it.
Yeah.
So dude, like to me, it was like this whole new world for me too. Cause I'm like, my boy, look, it's raining, you know, this is rain. This is like, this is so cool. Yeah. Okay. Like you've never seen this ever.
That's true.
And like the first snow, like this is snow. This isn't like the world is not ending. This is like yearly and this is snow. Like
it's going to go away so cool. And then come back.
Yeah.
I love that because I've had the same thing with Liam. Mm-hmm. He had his first snow just like this past week.
Yeah.
Because we had a little bit of snowfall. It stayed. And so I'm like, yes, I could just show him snow.
Right.
So we bring him downstairs.
It's like bringing like some impoverished person in Africa to like New York City. Like someone who's never seen a white person or steel or like anything. Bring him to like it's like New York City and like shock therapy. Yeah.
An uncontacted tribe. Like you go to Manhattan. Okay, so this is hilarious because that's what I was expecting. We grab Liam, I open the door, I'm like, look, snow. And then we like dip his toes in it and like I put some on my finger and like hold it in front of him. And here's his reaction. I kid you not. Okay, and then I'm like,
he's speechless.
And then he didn't care.
Yeah.
I dipped his toes like in the snow and he's like,
meh.
Like nothing. Zero expression. Like, oh, well, okay. We brought him back.
When it snowed, my kids went and said, "We're going outside, Dad. We're going to go eat snow."
Oh, fun. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyways, I thought it was funny. He's probably just not old enough to really understand what's going on. But he did see like when he first woke up, he did see like the white outside, and he like looked out the window and kind of got excited. And I was like kind of squealing and stuff. So that was fun, but didn't care about feeling it, touching it. Like he didn't want to grab it. Mm-hmm. Anyways,
yeah.
Let's do show and tell and then wrap this up.
Oh my goodness. Okay, go for it. You do yours first.
I'm gonna start, which this might end up being like maybe a short, probably a short. This will turn into a short on the podcast. This is kind of interesting to me because it's this is a cassette tape, but
Is it Odyssey?
No.
Oh.
This is a recording of our wife's grandpa's dad playing jazz.
Really?
In
When,
1940,
did you get this over the weekend?
1942.
What? World
This
War
was
One
recorded,
or World War Two?
This was recorded before, or maybe during World War II. Onto a like enormous magnetic tape spool, and eventually, at some point, was converted to a Sony cassette tape.
So this is our wife's great grandpa.
It is our wife's great grandpa. No, it's great grandpa.
The grandpa's dad.
Yep.
Okay.
So it is our kid's great grandpa.
Yes.
Playing in a saxophone band in the 40s.
Do you have a cassette player?
I don't. My dad does. What my dad has, and this is why I have it, is he has a cassette deck, which is you can clone cassettes.
Yep.
And you can also, it has aux out. So he's going to digitize it.
Dude, let's go.
So
Send it to us then.
This is the last remaining any kind of media at all besides like some photographs from a newspaper of this dude.
Dude, that's crazy. So, tell your dad, be like, don't screw this.
I know.
Do not
this
ruin
is
this
the
tape.
only copy. And our what is he to us? He's like our grandpa-in-law. Anyways,
grandpa. We'll just call him grandpa. I don't know.
Grandpa comes. He brings
with like
it up.
grandparents. It's I don't know. You can't call them in-laws.
I know.
Like, they're your grandparents.
He's grandpa.
Yeah.
Before I married Hannah, he said he introduced me as grandpa. He's like, "Hi, I'm grandpa. This is grandma."
Yeah.
I think he knew.
Yeah. I guess I'm part of the family now.
Oh. Anyways, so I'm keeping it in its like protective case.
Dude, that
here.
is so cool.
And I just think it's kind of cool because it's a part of history that's also like part of the family.
Your wife is the favored one.
And I've like almost no one has heard this. And so he's like,
Did they play it for you?
No.
Okay.
I've never heard it before. So he's like, do you know, because he knows I'm like, I like have like tech a job and do tech stuff, and like he's aware of that. So he's like, do you have a way to convert a cassette tape to digital so that this doesn't, because this is going to break someday soon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't, but my dad does because he's got all the tech from the 80s, and that included a sweet cassette deck because he converted all of our Adventures in Odyssey tapes into digital. He's got an MP3 file with like hundreds of Odysseys.
I should get that
from him too.
I should get that from him.
Anyways, maybe on a future episode of Double Dads, we'll have a little jazz song and we could play it because it's...
You know what?
It's in the public domain.
We could have it as like the intro song for a couple of our videos.
Kind of sweet.
That would be sweet.
Okay, another thing that's cool is it was recorded during a live play. Like it's not a studio recording. It was they were on a stage.
Oh, so there's like audience and stuff?
So he said there's like clinking cups and like forks and knives and like people like talking in the background and then like jazz in the distance kind of.
Dude, that's so cool.
So like part of that's kind of cool because you kind of get to step into the era a little bit. And then he asked me, like, do you have any way to separate the noise at all? And I was like, would you believe we are 8 episodes into a podcast where I've learned all these AI tools to enhance the audio
yeah,
and separate the background from the foreground. So I'm going to use my Auphonic subscription, which is the tool we use for the podcast, to clean up the music and separate the background from the foreground. Dang. And I want 2 mixes. I want one crisp, clean music and one enhance the background, make it feel like I'm sitting there.
Yeah, with
the jazz, like a little bit echoey.
Okay,
in the background.
Do you know what this reminds me of? One of my favorite YouTube channels, Nemo's Dreamscapes.
This is what I'm going for.
Dude,
is exactly what I'm going for.
If you guys don't know what that is, look it up. It's It's a live video of super old music, but it's like a bunch of the settings are like listening to, like sitting in your room while it's raining, reading a book with old music in the background. So what it is like you hear raindrops and then like a fire crackling, and there's like old music coming from like the kitchen.
Yeah, it sounds like jazz, like old, like not jazz, but like classic 50s songs playing on a record player, like 2 rooms over. Yeah, kind of like muffled and just so cozy.
It is like the most zen thing ever. So,
anyways, tomorrow night we're gonna go work on this.
Dude, that's exciting. That's really exciting.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably turn into a short at least, if not a short video of that process.
You should do a 5-minute video.
Yeah,
that'd be sick.
Yep. So, what do you got? What's your show tell?
Okay, I have. Hopefully, we can be sponsored by them someday.
Displates.
Displates.
Is it a Luma? Is it a Luma? Is it one of the light up ones?
No.
Ah, that's fine. These are just the ones you've had.
These are the ones I've had.
They're sick though.
I love these things. These are like, I have had posters, like paper ones, and they're just annoying. You gotta like tape them. They look kind of crinkly. They're not very big, a lot of them.
These are so nice.
I have the Top Gun. Premium. I have the Top Gun Maverick movie poster from the theater because I went out opening night. And
well, the print quality is so good.
It's so good. These are metal. What you do is they give you like this little like magnetic square that's on this like sticky paper. It's like one piece.
Like a foam
and you
tape.
Can throw that paper, like sticky paper, on a wall. So the magnet's on the wall just sticking. And since these are metal, you can just slap it on the wall.
Sweet.
And they're flush with the wall. You can like, they're magnetic. So if like you don't have your wall magnets like perfect, doesn't matter because you can just like slide it into place.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
You know?
That's nice. Makes the mounting super easy.
They're really expensive. I think
what does one
for like this size for one of these, it was
let me take a guess. Let me guess. Wait. I was gonna guess but probably more than what I heard the first number you were gonna say.
Okay.
I was gonna guess like $120.
No.
My way off. Is it more like maybe 60?
Well, let me look.
I'm gonna guess like 60, 75, 80, something like that. I would not like be too surprised.
I'm trying to remember exactly. So, oh my goodness, you can get Starfield for $50. A Starfield poster. Dude.
I actually really like the design of all the Starfield stuff. Displate metal posters.
Oh my goodness, they've added more.
They have a ton of these.
Yeah. So I'm like, I have whatever. They have this whole line that look like this. They're just like scenes from different lightsaber duels in the Star Wars movie.
Yeah. So cool.
So I have these 3. They're very expensive. So I'm slowly like building my collection slowly because they are expensive.
Cool.
But I love these things. These things are like, I don't know. Sometimes wall art and like movie posters can look kind of like cheap, ghetto, kind of like dirty, smelly.
Corners are kind of folding in.
Gamer man, like vibes.
True.
These are like crisp, clean, and like stylish.
It's like it's more like it's still nerdy. Like it's it's still nerdy, but it's like classy nerdy.
Yeah.
You know? It's like it's, you know, like something that your wife wouldn't.
It's not like dirty nerdy, it's elitist nerdy. No, it looks good.
I kind of get what you're saying.
They have thousands and thousands of different like designs.
These are cool. They're pretty sweet.
Duel of the Fates.
Lots of Star Wars ones, I'm sure.
Star Wars. Here, let me see.
They got Marvel, Cyberpunk, Assassin's Creed.
Dude, that's
Star Wars, Harry Potter, Elden Ring, DC, Call of Duty, Fallout, Halo, Dark Souls. Man, like everything.
Yeah.
Like everything.
Yeah. They have so much, dude.
There's a lot.
I think a lot of these designs
pretty sweet.
There's artists that must make these, and I bet you the artists
They probably sell
get like
art.
a big percentage of like each item
I
sold.
wonder how that works because they've got to give like for a Star Wars Displate, they got to pay the artist a chunk. Displate gets their cut, and I'm sure they pay some kind of royalty to Star Wars.
Look at that. They have a
Disney.
watermark, so you can't just like screenshot it and print it on your own.
Smart.
This is probably the next one I'll do.
Yeah.
It's Yoda and Darth Sidious.
Oh, cool.
On Coruscant.
This Mustafar one is pretty sick.
Which one?
Too.
Oh, that is sick. I would get that one, except it's not part of like the line.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, that's fine.
Like mine are all like the duels in Star Wars, you know?
That's fair.
That one looks super cool though. I would still get that.
Cool.
But
cool, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
that's kind of what I got for you.
Sounds good. More stuff coming soon. We're gonna have some shorts,
soon.
Videos. Like I said, we talked about gaming and movies, but it's gonna be a separate upload. So go find those. Subscribe if you haven't. Like, comment. Get yourself a mug if you like our design. More stuff coming on.
Link is in the video description, or if you can't find it there, it's on the channel.
It's on the channel page or the video description. Anyways, drop a comment. Let us know what you want to hear. Games we can talk about, movies, stuff like that. Anything.
If there's like anything specific you want us to add to the shop, the store, let us know.
And
we'll work on it. Yeah.
I'm cooking up some sweet designs. We'll talk about those soon.
Hats, shirts.
I'm going to give you a preview in a second. So you can, anyways. All right. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. Good night.